folks, Bluesboyjag here. Yet another 3-string cigar box guitar boogie. Sort of a slow, funky boogie. We're tuned to open G on this one. That's an A string tuned down to a G, a D string, tuned normal to D, and a G string, tuned normal to G, G, D, and G. I'm using my fingers on this one. Thumb on the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 1st string, and my 1st finger on the 2nd. And I'm playing a bass note before I play the chord. There's a lot of variations of this that you can use, but just remember, thumb on the big string, 1st finger on the 2nd, and 2nd finger on the 1st. Now, if you watch close, I'm muting after every chord, right there. And I'm using the bass note right here. So basically, I'm just using my thumb on the 3rd string. Other 2 fingers take care of the 1st and 2nd. That last part, playing all 3 strings, and I'm fretting the 2nd string, 3rd fret, up to the 5th fret with my 3rd finger. So the whole thing is first finger is going to be on the 2nd string, 3rd fret for that 2nd part of the riff. So when you start out, believe it or not, that's all 3 G's. Low G, mid G, and another mid G. The cool thing about this, or the funky thing I should say, is the choking. Or so I'm playing all 3 strings right there for the 1st strum. Then I'm putting the bass note with my thumb in between. So, I sort of messed that one up. So that last chord, I'm playing all 3 strings. Now, if you wanted to strum this instead of pick with your fingers, it'd be. To get kind of funky, so I tend to choke everything heavy, which means I'm choking all notes off, and all you hear is the note residualating. Is that the right word? Residual. That's the word. Residual. So if I do this, of course that sounds different than a strum pattern. Much louder, right? all that reverb really kind of fills in the sound, and it makes all the notes kind of hover in midair. What? Hover in midair? Yeah, that's what I call it. It's the reverb. Now let's take a look at the right hand. Now, if you want to speed it up and add some more to it, I'm doing a pull-off at the end on that first string, 3rd fret. Now I'm going to go down to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So, all right, now let me show you a really important part about this riff with my left hand. So I'm going to start out from the top. Everything is choked. Well, not everything, but I'm choking a lot. So, real slow, up close. Especially that boom, bump, boom. I do this all the time. Fretting with this hand and choking with this hand. So when you hear that boom, bump, boom, you see my fingers flopping around. All I'm doing is muting each strum. And I'm moving my fingers from just the 3rd string to the 1st and 2nd string, but not the 3rd, right? So I'm playing. So muting with this hand also is important because I'm using the palm of my hand way back here. So it gives you a lot of dynamics. You can mute and unmute in a split second. So I'll give you an example. That was a pull-off. So make up a riff. Here's your homework. Make up a riff. Don't mute it. We'll come up with something like this on the 1st string. Let's just say no muting. Straight strum, right? I'm actually muting here a little bit. So if I play, you hear that? I'm muting right there. And if you do it sort of fast, but not real fast, it kind of slides through. You can't really tell. I also like to put those open strings in, or open chord, I guess you'd say. So like this, real slow. That's a upstroke and a click on the down, and another upstroke, open G on the up. I'm muting all the strings. course, you can do that with any string. All three. So there's your bar chord right there, which is G, A, B, C. So let's throw that in. So we're going to be using fret 3 and 5. About using your fingers is every single strum is choking the previous strum. It's not really a strum, I'm plucking. So let's just say every new pluck kills the old pluck, and that's like, doesn't make any sense, right? It just gives it a funky feel, that's all. So right before I hit that second chord, right there, everything stops. So practice choking with this hand and also this hand, which you've seen me talk about a million quadrillion times. Here's another interesting one. I'm playing the same notes but an octave higher. So I start out with the first string, playing all three strings, but I'm only fretting on the first string 3rd fret and going up to the 5th fret with my 3rd finger, muting in between. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the 3rd string instead of the 1st string. It's the same riff, except obviously that's an octave lower than that one. Now we can switch it up. There's just all sorts of really cool, funky things you can do just by taking 1 or 2 little finger patterns and 1 or 2 little licks, flipping them back around, moving to different strings, choking differently. The beat remains the same. Everything is steady as far as the beat, but you can really experiment and get some cool stuff happening. Also, I'm choking here with this hand now. All three strings. All three strings again, but I'm only fretting the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Super easy. Let's experiment here. Let's try some other notes and see what works. Obviously 3 and 5 work on both strings. These are both G's. Now let's go back and forth between 3 and 1. Same lick. Now we'll throw that middle one in like we did at the beginning of the lesson. I'm starting out with the 3rd string, and then I'm plucking the other 2. Then I go to the 1st string. It's the same lick, same notes, just an octave apart. Low G, high G. Now we add the middle 2, 2nd string, 3rd fret and 5th fret. easy syncopation there. Start out slow and just kind of experiment. Move your fingers around, see what happens, and you'll come up with some pretty cool licks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Praise Bob. Check out my website, bluesboyjag.com. It's a new website, nice and pretty. Just got it all fixed up. We'll see you next time.